I said I wouldn't talk about my dating life on here, but I feel like I cannot be the only one who feels alone in this. Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously. Perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point, though, that that's the problem. Like, there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people, and I feel bad because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people, and I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million and there's just nothing special about me.
Honey, you're too picky. You're too picky. This is not a movie. This is not The Notebook. And now you are expecting this guy to be every possible thing that you need him to be. And in the process, you are Xing out guy after guy after guy after guy that are good quality men because it's just not enough for you.
We got a doozy today, fellas. Today we have the weaponization of you're being insecure. So the ladies have recently coined this term, you're being insecure, to justify their wrongdoings in their disrespectful behavior. Now you may be wondering, what does that look like? Where does this term usually get used? Posting their body all over Instagram. Soliciting attention from other men purposefully. Wearing outfits that a respectful girlfriend or wife wouldn't wear. Talking with other men under the guise of being friends. But these are just a few examples of where, when you bring up the problem of you're not okay with this, you get hit with the you're just being insecure. What? So you're insecure? What, I can't show my all over Instagram? What, it's not okay that I wear this to the club? So this has essentially just been an easy out for them to try to get you all upset. No, I'm not insecure. No, of course not. But in reality, wouldn't you be more insecure if you had a problem with something and didn't bring it to their attention? Think about that. So the solution, it's very simple. Establish your boundaries, and if crossed, find a new woman. Don't sit here and argue. Don't tell them what to do. You're not their father. If what they're doing you're not okay with, go find yourself a new woman. It's that simple. Time to hit the girlfriend store. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I will see you at the same time again tomorrow.
How can you go and give everything to anyone? How can you be going to give it sorry for what? You were giving doggy to share. Two questions. What's that for what?
Because they were just having fun.
Now, why would you lie to your husband about not having an OF? Now they're clowning him on Twitter. Well, that's what's currently going on as professional baseball player Jazz proposed to his girlfriend Anna, who is from the show Baddies. Pay attention. So this all started when social media was clowning him, stating that with all the money he has in the world, he decides to go for not only a OF shawty, but a shawty from Baddies. I'm guessing she never told him that she had an OF, and then he straight up tried to defend her, said, that's a lie. My wife ain't never had that. Then they uploaded the proof showing that she was giving it for $15. He then tried to say it's all a scam, that's not really her. Then they started leaking content that she used to make, showing that, nah, this really your shawty gang. Now, she is facing criticism for not telling her husband what she used to do and having him look crazy on the internet. While others are saying that her past does not matter, he loves her for her, and him defending her even though not knowing the truth shows that he's a real man.
I did a quick stop at Publix, but bro, if you know you're not finna leave your girl, bro, you shouldn't be arguing on the internet. And she wrong for not telling this man what her past was.
Regardless, I'm just here reporting the news. What do you guys think about this whole situation?
We normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things.
Absolutely not. You see, he's my husband. He is not community labor. He is not a public utility. He is not our man. He is my man. And I will curb stomp anyone over that man. And you see, this is the part that makes me laugh even harder about this is coming from a culture of women who have spent years when being asked the question, what do you bring to the table? Their answer is, well, I am the table. A table that now apparently needs my man. Except the only table that this man eats from is mine. But if you need help around your house, you actually have some real options. You can call a handyman. You can call a contractor. You can call an electrician. And guess what? They are all licensed. They have websites, phone numbers, and invoices. And here's the best part. You can pay them with your INDEPENDENT money. My husband is not a shared resource. My marriage is not a community program. If you need a man to come do those things in your house, then go get you a man. This was fun. Have a day.
The most dangerous man you will ever meet is the one who healed alone. I'm not talking about rage or chaos. I'm talking about a man who has been shattered by life and then chose to rebuild himself piece by piece with his own hands. This is the man who walked through experiences that stripped him down to nothing, who faced truths that most people spend their whole life avoiding. He saw the world without the fillers, without the illusions, without the comforting lies that protect the weak from reality. He's the man who hit his rock bottom hard enough to leave him unrecognizable and still found the strength to rise anyway. He's the one who discovered the brutal truth most people never learn. When everything falls apart, when everyone disappears, when the world goes silent, the only person who you can never abandon is himself. And that changes a man, that reshapes him, that hardens him in all the right places. A man who has faced his darkest night alone develops a level of clarity and self-trust that can't be taught. You learn that just by doing it. He doesn't fear being alone. He understands its value. He doesn't seek approval. He outgrew the need for it. He does not chase people. He knows that anybody that is meant to stay will stay without force. When a man has been broken and rebuilt, his power stops coming from who stands beside him and starts coming from who he became when nobody else did. That's why he's dangerous, not to people, but to anything or anyone that tries to take him back to where he used to be. He's not fragile. He is not lost. He is not emotionally shut down. He is extremely intentional. He is unshakably self-reliant, and that is amazing. It's an amazing quality to have. A man like that does not crumble under pressure. He becomes that pressure and leans into that pressure because it doesn't scare him. If you are truly that man, I salute you, because carrying that is not light and you still show up every single day. That deserves respect. Keep going. What you're doing matters more than you know. I'm proud of you.
So my daughter's father tells me today that for spring break, he's taking our daughter, we have one daughter together, to Disneyland for 5 days. And I guess it was going to be a surprise, or it's going to be a surprise, or was, whatever. So I'm like, awesome, I'm going to go shopping, get her a couple outfits, I'll get her a new bathing suit, da-da-da. I'm thinking about all these things, and then I'm thinking, wait, just her? Because she has 5 other siblings. So I had to ask him, everybody else is invited too, right? And he looked at me like I was crazy and said, no, those aren't my kids. We were together for years. You were their stepfather. You're going to take your daughter to Disneyland and not take her siblings? Do you know how upset that would make them? Not doing it. She's not going unless her siblings can go. Period.
This is a prime example of a mom that wants to control the dynamics of a situation that she created. Because when you have children from different men, different fathers, they don't have an obligation to the children that are not theirs. You do. And I understand the situation where some kids get to do some things that the other kids aren't going to do. Well, you're the mom, you're the link. So you could make the decision to even it out if you needed to. But honestly, I think that kids are smart and they can understand the dynamic that this one child's real father is going to go do this one thing with them. But that's something that the mom has to work through with her kids and with the actual father of those kids. And do you know how expensive Disney World is? I cannot imagine paying for 5 kids. It is not appropriate to demand this, and definitely not appropriate to say that your daughter can't go with her father to Disney World just because your other kids can't go. That is not fair, and that is not your call to make.
And what's funny is this is what modern women usually do. They usually talk all this trash, but they've got support is what they do. You'll notice, and once again, this is something that I was talking about just recently, where it pertained to marriage. And some of these women, they go into their wedding and they basically don't be wearing anything. But, you know, they might bring mom, some of their best friends, or two or three of their best friends, and they'll look at dresses. Daddy's not coming. Daddy not gonna be able to come to that sort of thing. But mom can come, and, you know, sisters and best friends can come. And mama might say, oh, I think that's a little bit too much. But she not gonna listen to mama. She gonna listen to what her friends are saying. And that's what a lot of modern women do. They listen to what their friends are saying. And they go out there and they be no clothes on. And they be getting married to the man with their behind all out, with their chest all out. And you be like, man, what's left for him? What does he get to see that nobody else has seen? What is he, because he's giving you his money, right? He's giving you his resources. He's giving you all that. So what is exclusive to him that everybody hadn't seen? What's a secret for him that you haven't showed everybody else? And that's the question that men be asking. What do you bring to the table, right? So what they try to do now is the same playbook. Well, you know, I'm hoping that through you, that's why she's saying, can we normalize bringing your husband over? Because we're friends. Oh, girl, do you think that Matt can come over here and fix this, this, and this? I'm really your friend, but I'm trying to get Matt as an extension of you. So I want Matt to come over here and fix it through you. And because I know you, Matt can't come over right now. Matt can't come over by himself right now. So because I want to be respectful, I'm gonna get you over here. We're gonna sip some wine, maybe have some pizza or something, like whatever it is. And while Matt does what he's doing, and then afterward, okay, bye girl. Hey, let's get together on, you know, we're gonna go thrifting. But over time, Matt is going to become a resource, and Matt's gonna come over on his own, right? I'm just doing it to be nice to you, but I got more projects. Oh, hey, are you going to Home Depot? I'm gonna start texting Matt directly. Hey, can you go to Home Depot for me and get X, Y, and Z? I just figured since you're a man, then you can do it. And now I'm going to have access to Matt directly. And so, oh, do you think that after work, you know, obviously you got to check with your wife. Do you think that after work you can come over and do this, 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 and this? Maybe for like a couple hours? Female, woman, I have kids. I have a wife. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But that's what modern women are doing. I'm trying to access, I'm trying to pull your resources, and it should be okay with you because we're friends. I got myself in this position and I'm looking for my friends to pull me out of the ignorant statements that I made.
When I got with him, I'm like, oh, you got a prize. That's all I ever knew. I'm like, I'm beautiful, I'm gifted, I'm talented. I ain't slept with all your friends. I ain't been out here. I'm not a hoe. I don't have a track record. I'm just listing off the things. I'm telling you, year one, I was like, oh, I'm trash. I'm like, I am terrible at this. As you just stated, because when you are single, especially when you just got girlfriends around you, your girlfriends are not telling you about yourself. I'm sorry, they're not. Especially if you are beautiful and bossed up. So you most likely got a bunch of yes women around you anyways. Ain't nobody really pulling friends aside saying, hey, I noticed you kind of be lying a lot. Or I noticed you kind of, you know, you be tripping and snapping and popping off all the time. Like, what's going on with this anger? I noticed that you might want to go to therapy. Friends don't. Now, some, mine, yes. But most friends aren't really doing that. It isn't until you get married, if you pay attention, where you're like, oh my goodness, I have a lot of work to do. Those first 3-4 years, I was shocked at how trash I was. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know I could be this bad. I'm impatient. I am angry. I have so much trauma and toxicity in me. I think I'm right. I say I want a leader, but I want to be one. I say I want him to wear the pants, but nigga, move aside. I want to wear them actually. I say I want you to be in control, but I think I'm smarter. I have pride. I have ego.
You're just listening to your truth. You're just being honest with yourself. To choose yourself, even when it's super uncomfortable, that takes a lot of courage. And it's not selfish. You can appreciate what you've had, the love that you had, the things that you shared together, and still acknowledge that it's time to move on. It's okay to want more for yourself. And you're brave for not settling, because there are a lot of people that stay in relationships they don't want to be in because they're too afraid to.
Newsflash, marriage should not be treated the same way as when you're dating. You play by different rules when you're married because you made a commitment. You made vows to stay together through better or worse. That means that you should do everything that you can to maintain the relationship. You shouldn't just give up so easily. So when you say that you're just not feeling it, you're just not happy anymore, you're just feeling like you were a different person when you chose him, and so now you want to leave. After you promised that you would stay around forever, I think that does kind of make you the bad guy. And look, no one's holding you down in that marriage. Like, the man, if he knows that you really want to leave, like, he would rather you just leave. But in those situations, I don't think that it's fair to say that it was a mutual thing, and definitely not right for you to make him the bad guy. Which is why if you make a promise and then you end up breaking that promise, you should absolutely take accountability for that. And you should treat it as so, which means that during divorce proceedings, you shouldn't try to take everything that he has. You should actually maybe give him a little bit more.
I need a listener.
The ring on your ring finger, what is that
It's
about?
the only finger that it can fit on.
Nah, boo-boo.
I ain't gonna lie, mine like that too though. It's
See?
the only one that can fit on.
Are you married? Are you married?
I'm not married. So let's just clarify, you're not married.
I'm not married.
So you got a
Excuse my
situation
language.
going on? What's going on?
No, I'm about 4.5. Why you gotta handle me so rough, boo? Single.
Oh,
It's complicated.
it's
okay?
complicated.
Say less. Cause see, I can't take the hit me in my stomach too much. Come on. Set it up. It's disrespectful.
I don't give no
I don't
respect,
even know.
and I don't listen.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
I popped my balloon because you said you need a woman that's a listener. What she said to you shouldn't have shook you for you to attack her. Because if she didn't pop her balloon, you probably would have not said nothing at all.
Listen.
Levels of consciousness.
Talk to me.
I just said I need a listener. She's battling with me. She's challenging me. She ain't let me get mine. Look again. Look.
Why would I listen?
We're gonna move on to the next. Hey.
You seem like a narcissist, like you just want shit to go your way. You just want, it don't kind of give that when you say like you rap for a living, but you're not, you haven't made it yet. No offense. Like, I'm not trying to say it like that.
You might be a little more calm. You was here way before me.
I wasn't waiting for you. I was just here because I was invited.
I never said I was a rapper. I said what I do for a living is write music.
No, you said you was a rapper.
You said he write music.
I gotta know because I thought you said you was a rapper. I'm sorry.
No.
I am listening. Whoever said that.
Men with cheek piercings are freaky as hell. That's a freaky piercing.
On the eye?
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this. That part really doesn't work for me. Let's just go ahead and leave that part out. We're not going to include that. Yeah, so now sign this. No, you can keep it. We don't have to get married because it's going to be all or nothing over here. Because aside from getting married for love and commitment, it offers legal protections. But if we're going to leave out the entire legal concept of a marriage, then we probably should just express our love and commitment for one another without getting married. We can just keep everything off papers at that point. And honestly, I feel like if you have to take that extra step of precaution, you don't trust me. And you should probably put more thought into who you're marrying. If you feel as though I'm that bitter of a person, or there's a possibility that I'm going to try to take everything you own if things were not to work out, then you probably shouldn't be getting married to me. And honestly, it's not even something we should be thinking about because that's only in case of divorce. And we're not getting divorced.
This is so stupid because you can't be trusted. I don't care who you are.
If you're a female and you're getting married, you can't be trusted. That's just the truth.
The problem with this generation of females, and I'm going to say we just simply because I'm in a generation that I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about myself. The problem with this generation of females is that we expect too much out of a nigga that we can't even do ourselves for us. For example, I'm not even talking about emotional connection, physical connection, intimacy, mental, just how he treats you. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm talking about just simply, for example, if you want a purse that costs $1,200 and you can't afford to pay for it yourself, why do you expect him to? Or why do you think he can? He might can. He might can't afford it. But it's like a rule for y'all. It's like, oh, he got to spend this and this on me. But you can't even afford to spend that on yourself. Then you call him broke. So are you broke too? If you want some Bottegas and you can't afford to spend on yourself, why do you think he can? Y'all problem is y'all be on social media and start comparing yourself to other 22, 23, 24-year-olds. That's not realistic. That's not realistic for somebody in their early 20s to be spending bands on somebody else. That's not realistic. Comparison is a thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself to these people on social media because it's not real. This is not real, bro. Like,
I'll be honest, man. When men and women aren't equal. I'm sorry if that hurts your little stupid ears. We're not equal. Because equal means the word same. We're not the same. In fact, that's my favorite thing about a woman, is that she's not a dude. Quit pretending we're the same. I don't walk around, I could have a baby if they'd let me. I can't. People try to make it, oh, we're equal, I want it to be equalized. No, you don't. When any one of you got a babysitter tonight, how many of you picked a dude? None of you. Not because you're sexist, but because you're not dumb. Because the baby would fall off the balcony and you'd be like, why was the baby on the balcony? He's like, I don't know, I came out to smoke. And you're
like, you're not going to give up your seat so that a kid can sit next to her mom?
Hey, Alexis. As a full-grown adult, you seem really confused by the fact that the world does not, in fact, revolve around you. You booked tickets on a flight for you and your 7-year-old daughter knowing full well that you weren't seated together. That was a choice that you made. And I believe that you booked those seats separate because you believed that once you got on that flight, you were entitled to somebody moving so that you could sit next to your 7-year-old daughter.
But I said, would you mind switching with us so that I can sit next to my daughter? And he said, no, actually, I want to sit in the window.
And now you're pissed that somebody actually said no.
And honestly, and I know that this is going to be a controversial opinion and I don't care, but I don't think that airlines should allow children to sit on their own.
You chose those seats, those separate seats.
They should not sell a seat to a minor if the minor is not seated next to an adult.
So let's run through that scenario. You're booking a flight. You're sitting separately from your child. That's how you're booking the flight. However, if airlines don't allow it, they're not going to allow you to book that flight. And let's not forget, you did get somebody to move for you. But apparently you spent the entire flight not minding your business, instead keeping tabs on the person who dared to say no to you.
But this kid didn't, it's not like he had a medical condition. He just wanted to look out the window. I also expected him to be vlogging or wanting to see the city as we landed. He was literally playing chess on his iPad the entire time. He wasn't even gazing out the window. He didn't take one photo. He might have closed the shade at one point. I think he fell asleep.
They weren't enjoying that window seat in the way that you thought that they should. They bought their own seat. They can do whatever the they want, which includes people saying no to you because your lack of preparedness does not constitute anyone else's emergency. Hope this helps.
You know, modern women just don't know how to leave people alone, to be honest with you. They just won't. It's one of the weirdest things you can come across. They do things for themselves. There are some people out there that'll say, well, I want my child to have a little bit of independence, so I'm gonna sit them up a seat or something like that, right? Or we don't want to pay for the extra seating. So wherever you get is wherever you get. It's time for you to be grown. Now, obviously, if it's, a small child, then you as a parent would need to say, okay, I need to figure out where we need to sit in order for us to be in the same vicinity without paying some money. That would require us to book flights in advance. Right now, you have to look at it and say, well, there might be an emergency, or we might be booking something relatively last minute. And I understand that, but that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. If they decide, because they've planned or whatever was going on in their life, they've done it well ahead of time, you can't really encroach on their territory. You're kind of at their mercy because they had the flight and they were there before you. But modern women always expect men, and really honestly and truly anybody else around them, they always expect that person to bend over backwards for them when they know they wouldn't be willing to do the same thing.
I divorced my high school sweetheart after 5 years of marriage and 4 babies, and I recently started dating, and let me tell you something that I've noticed we do. Myself and several of my friends have gotten out of either marriages or long-term relationships that were either physically, emotionally, verbally toxic. Maybe the partner didn't hold their weight, whatever. I'm not just speaking to my experience. And I've noticed something, that we start dating and we meet someone and they're doing the bare minimum and we think it's everything.
This is another narrative that's just getting old. Like, how the does it take you 5 years, but not only 5 years, okay, you're kind of dumb, you're naive, you don't know any better, but 4 children? So he was toxic and all of these things for 5 years, and you still decided to pop out 4 children with him. Like, make that make sense. Like, is it one of those situations where you think that a baby is going to make the relationship better? But then what gets me is you literally tell on yourselves, because then you say you have a bunch of friends that are going through the same thing or have been through the same thing. And what do you think that is? Y'all are in each other's ears talking about how miserable you all are. One person will say, oh, my husband's manipulative. So what does that do? You start to think, oh, maybe my husband is manipulative too. So you start seeing him as a liar, a cheater, doesn't tell the truth, is a horrible person, because all of your friends are also in your ear. But not only that, is your friends, once they become single, will then make you think that the grass is greener on the other side. So you all end up divorced, miserable, and unhappy, supposedly because of a toxic relationship. If it's so toxic, then why did you have 4 children? Why didn't you stop at 1 child? Because you knew long before you had baby 2, 3, and 4 that he was toxic. And then you all get online and talk about the bare minimum this and the bare minimum that, and the dating scene sucks. But what have you actually done to heal yourself other than break up your family and talk on the internet? Like, really? And the funny thing about it is you're going to actually expect somebody else who's not the father of your children to take on 4 kids willingly. Like, what delusional world are y'all living in? And if he has kids of his own, guess what? You end up with like 6 kids. Like, it's just freaking wild to continuously come on the internet and talk about how somebody is when you chose to have 4 children with him. You have friends that are divorced and miserable, and y'all are doing the same, expecting a different result. Okay, bye.
The best way, the best strategy to have harmonious conversations, to never ever fight ever again. You never have to have a fight ever again. You'll have disagreements, but you never have to fight ever again if you start off your conversation with praise.
Now tell me what that looks like in essence, because for some people that could look like...
Give me a scenario and we'll role play.
Not being helpful, not feeling like I'm getting enough help in the home, the chores.
Okay. So if my husband, let's say I hate doing the dishes, which is true because I like my nails look a certain way. I'd have to acknowledge that he does help around the house in some manner. It may not be to the degree that I want. So prior to me speaking to my husband, I'm spending time with the Lord. I'm working on dismantling the lies that I'm telling myself so that when I have the conversation, I don't say things like never or you always. Because that got to come out my system. That's not his to bear. But by the time I come to my husband, I should have already feel so loved and so blessed because I rehearsed in my mind all the things he did well. Because my brain doesn't know that it didn't happen in real time. My brain thought that it happened right in the moment that I was thinking it.
I'm with you.
So when I speak to him, I'm going to esteem him. And I'm going to speak to him in a way that affirms what I love that he does so well. And then it'll be followed up by, is there any chance you can also help me out with the dishes as I do XYZ? So that he knows that I'm not passing something over to him by being lazy. But
For the perfect man, do you give up your career?
No.
Really?
No man is going to fulfill me like singing fulfills me, like being on that stage. Like, you don't even understand how addicting and how just amazing you feel when you do that. Like, my singing is my everything, and it will always be my everything.
You could sing in private.
No.
You can still sing.
No, that's not what I want to do.
You can sing in the
wanna
shower,
share my
girl.
art.
Sing in the shower.
That's not
Ew.
being on stage. That's not getting
bills
cheered
are
for.
raining. Why are women so obsessed with the rat
Thank
race? You do a job besides singing, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you a waitress? Because a lot of people in Hollywood, they're fucking waiters.
I could sing for y'all right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Trust me, I mean what I say when I so you don't notice me most days. No, you don't see that dynamic done change. Bet you don't know what to say. I'm shamed cause you really was my fave. Now I gotta push you away, making me feel this way. That shit real not okay.
Don't you ever quit singing for anybody. Not even for $10 million.
To the women, I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you meet a man that has never checked you about the way you talk, if you meet a man that's never checked you about how you wear your hair, what you wear out in public, how you carry yourself as a woman when you're out, that man doesn't have the wisdom to lead you. See, some men lead with money, but ladies, you have to be taught discipline, self-respect, to always better yourself as life continues to grow.
I had a nightmare girlfriend at one point that would want to go outside with her jeans so low that her crack could be shown.
I've been through that.
And I'm like, yo, like, can you not do that? You're going to attract a certain amount of attention.
Thank you, sir.
Which will be negative.
Yes.
And then I'll be caught in that situation.
Yes, right.
Now I'm going to have to fight some dude because of the way you're dressed, because you're not dressing in a respectful manner with a man. But there's also been other women that have said, listen, this outfit's not appropriate with you.
Yes, and they respect it. Thank you.
They respect it.
Yep.
I saw a video of a woman who was saying that a man that she had been dating hasn't texted her or called her in 5 days, but she notices he's always the first one to watch her Instagram story. She was like, you know what? I'm going to revoke his privileges. So she unfriends him, removes him as a follower of hers. Within minutes, this man hits her up via text and is like, why did you unfollow me? Why did you take me out of your list of followers? So she's like, oh, so he's alive. She proceeds to ghost him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what it looks like to stand on business. Oh, you want to be a monitoring spirit? How about I ghost you? Now we both can be spirits. This is also what it looks like when you're trying to play it too cool with a woman who has ice in her veins. I'm sure he probably learned this from one of those red pill podcasters about trying to make a woman want you, let her see that you're watching her story but don't say anything, wait on her to respond. The same phone that he had in his hand that he used to keep up with her story is the same phone he could have used to call or to text her. But a lot of these men want to be chased. They want to be pursued. Your ego can't take the idea that they're calling you first or texting you first. They want to know what's going on with you so badly to make sure nobody else is taking their place. If you want her, go get her. But if he's not coming to get you, he doesn't want you bad enough. You don't have to break any of that down to him. Let him go figure it out with the next girl.
What's it like to be single and dating in your 30s? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked, let me tell you. So I've been seeing this guy for a few weeks, but I've known him for a while now. We haven't had like the what are we doing conversation yet, but we're having so much fun together. He has been whining and dining me. We have been going out and doing things. Like, he's always adamant that I know that it's not just about for him. Plus, like, we talk every day, we text, we call, like, for all intents and purposes, we are dating. So yesterday, he decides to come into the bar that I work at to visit me. So he's sitting there by himself, and this group of girls walks in, and of course they sit right next to him. And they are shameless in making their move. And I get it, because he's successful, he's attractive, he is very comfortable by himself. Like, these are all very attractive qualities. Plus, like, it's kind of fun when other girls are hitting on your man, because you're just like, yeah, like, I know he's a catch. But then it got kind of like not fun. They were getting a little too touchy. and the conversations were getting a little too deep. And mind you, I'm working, so I'm like half paying attention, but mostly like making drinks and taking care of my other guests. So finally this group of girls leaves, and then he's like, I should go home. And I'm just like, yeah, you probably should. But then another group of girls come in, and of course they sit right next to him too. Once again, they start shooting their shot. Kind of over the whole game at this point, and once again, it just gets to be too much. So long story short, I literally watched this man leave the bar with another woman. Never felt so small and disrespected, because literally I'm working, so I'm wearing this ugly uniform, I'm doing my job, I'm getting paid to take care of him and these girls. I'm not a jealous person, and I know that we haven't had that conversation yet of like, what is this? But also like, if you're gonna do that, don't do it at my place of work while I'm literally there. Anyway, haven't heard from him since. Probably won't ever hear from him again, because I think he probably knows that if he reaches out to me, like, I'm probably gonna go off on him. So anyway, that's basically what it's like.
I mean, we're sitting up here talking about the man didn't want her, and he need to be chasing, and men don't chase women anymore, and yada yada yada. But she liked him too. That's why she did all the stuff that she did. She was frustrated that he wasn't making a move, or else he could have been just like any other guy or any other person watching the stories. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of men in her inbox that, are trying to get at her, but she not looking for them. There's plenty of other men out there that are looking at her story that they're like, oh man, I would really like to, get to know you. Maybe I could take you out. And even if they're not saying, maybe can I take you out? They're saying they're going out there and responding to her story and being interactive and engaging, and she not talking to them. It's only the guy that's not talking to her that she want his attention, and now she's pulling all of these stunts and trying to basically trying to get his attention. I can guarantee you that when he start talking, oh well, yeah, now I see how it is. But after all that nonsense and all that emotion settles down, she gonna be right back talking to him. She gonna add him right back. I'm trying to get him. She's trying to lure him in. That's why he was there in the first place. I'm trying to get you to talk to me. And you're not going for it. You're just kind of sitting out there. You're not biting. What can I do to get you to bite? Apparently nothing. Move on. But modern women don't want to do that. They want what they want. Even in the midst of all of these other guys out here that they could have, they want what they want, and they gonna get the treatment that they gonna get.
Fellas, when you're on grind mode, it's just best you stay single. Or if you want to be in a relationship, make sure you choose a woman that understands, not right now. You have to be with a woman that understands that you're on grind mode. You're not trying to spend no money. You're trying to prioritize. That's the type of woman that you need in your corner. Not the woman that wants you to get her hair done, her nails done every week. When Christmas time comes or her birthday comes, whatever, she's going to be a brat. She's going to complain because you can't get her 10 Chanel bags or whatever the case may be. Be with a woman that understands not right now. And that's the woman, when it's your time, that's the woman you have by your side. And then you finally splurge on her. You finally spoil her because she understood the assignment. It makes no sense. I really do feel people that are on grind mode do not need to be in relationships. It gets real complicated when you're focused and you can't give your all in the relationship because the other person don't understand. Y'all not on one accord. Get you a, not right now.
Okay, I'm gonna cook here. Ready? Just listen. Maturity for a man is when he realizes that he should be the one pursuing a woman. Okay? Now, this is gonna get some of you guys like, oh my gosh. Maturity for a woman is when she realizes that forcing a man to chase her is not the idea, but rather a man should be pursuing her. Because maturity for a woman, if she allows a man to pursue her while she's staying still, that's mature. Now, when a woman is standing there and a man is trying to pursue her and she starts running, that's a man chasing her. There's a huge difference, because a man is going to give up on pursuing a woman when she starts running from him and she wants him to chase her. How is that mature? It's not. A woman has to stay in one position and allow that man to pursue her.
I don't need no man to make nothing happen. A man is just like luxury, like a bag. Yeah.
How old's your baby?
3 twins.
You got 3-year-old twins?
Yeah.
Why you not with their dad?
Oh, it's crazy.
Who's crazy?
He was crazy. He was like a bad relationship for like 3 years.
Why you have kids by him?
I was young. Well, I'm still young. I'm 25.
Are the twins your only children?
No, I have 5 children.
You really have 5 children?
Yes, I do.
How old are your kids, honey?
I have a 6-year-old. I have twins. They're 3. I have a 1-year-old, and I have a 2-month-old.
Shariah.
2-month-old.
Yes, I
Oh
do.
my
Are they
God.
all by the same man?
3 of them, yes.
Shariah, I want to sit there for a second because you have 5 children. You have a 2-month-old, a 1-year-old, 3-year-old twins, and a 6-year-old. And the kind of guy you described, he gotta have something going for himself.
Wow.
And I understand so that's the kind of guy I think everybody wants. But what would you say to the man that is concerned? Because you do have 5 kids and you have 4 kids under the age of 5. Sometimes there's judgment, but let's have a real talk with love. A real talk with love. What would you say to the man that is concerned? Because you do come with a lot that somebody will have to accept.
Concerned about what?
You serious?
Baby girl, you have a 2-month-old, a 1-year-old, 3-year-old twin. Any man that's going to join life with you has to be willing to pay for you and your... Okay.
My kids are well taken care of.
Okay.
I don't need nothing from
Look at
no
the attitude.
one, from my children.
Woo.
If I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to them for me. When I say you have to accept me, meaning you have to accept that I come along with children. I feel like people are so judgmental of people who have children or people who are young with multiple kids. Because I make it happen. I don't need no man to make nothing happen. A man is just like luxury, like a bag. A man is luxury, not me for nothing like that, but it's extracurricular activity. I don't need you to pay for shit or do shit for the kids until we make it there.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the up!
Damn.
Enough! The fastest way to lose a good man, it's not cheating. It's becoming his biggest source of stress. He's already fighting the world, work pressure, money, expectations. If home feels like another battlefield, he won't stay long. Men don't leave because someone prettier shows up. They leave when peace disappears. If every conversation is a challenge, every decision is questioned, every moment feels tense, that's not partnership. That's pressure. He doesn't need a competitor. He needs softness where life is hard. Respect where the world doubts him. Loyalty isn't controlled, it's created. So if he's distant, ask yourself, are you his piece or just another problem?
I just had a guy ask me out on a coffee date. I'm sorry, I don't drink coffee, but even if I did, I wouldn't go on the date because I feel like I'm more of an investment than a coffee date.
Right.
I just think that that's very high school. And I don't like it. And when I try to explain in the nicest way that why I'm not interested, he's trying to give me other ideas that's basically on the same level as coffee. Like, oh, let's go to ice cream. Let's go to a bakery. I'm not a sweets person. Not a bakery person. I'm a lunch and dinner person. So take me out to lunch and dinner. He's like, oh, but what if we don't click? And then I spent all this money on an expensive dinner and, you know, you're just going to walk away from my life. I never said it had to be an expensive dinner, but I like dinner. I don't like dessert. I am a high value woman. I am a classy lady. Like, I'm not trying to go to an ice cream or dessert shop. I don't even like that stuff. You know, so I just feel like I just basically said we're not compatible. And he was like, oh, fine, bye. Like, he got so upset. But I'm like, I don't understand why guys do this. But whatever. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong.
Am I the only one that's like this? Probably not. But when my husband is sick, he's been puking all night. Even if he has a cold, for some reason, the rage inside me is such a fiery rage. And I know there's nothing he can do about it to control it. But it just makes me so angry. It's so ridiculous that it makes me so angry. So he's been puking all night, so I slept on the couch because he he like moans and groans. He's like noisy when he's sick.
If you guys have ever wondered what it looks like for a wife to hate her husband, this is what it looks like. Because, I'm sorry, what? He's been throwing up all night and you slept separate from him because of the noise that he was making? Instead of being worried that he was spiking a fever or choking on his own throw up or getting dehydrated. And like we all know that when men get sick, they are not good at taking care of themselves. They will just hammer through it. They will not hydrate. They will not take the medicine that they need to take. And look, it's not just a man thing. Like, it's hard. It's hard to want to feed yourself and hydrate yourself when you're feeling so terrible. So that's why it's so helpful to have somebody that cares about you. And when you marry someone, look, that is what you sign up for. You sign up for taking care of them when they are sick. With that being said, I think that we can all collectively just feel bad for this husband.
No one will give you more advice than a boyfriend who wants you to be his wife. And that's the truth. When a man is serious about you, he starts talking like he's planning a whole future. He'll be like, babe, don't spend that money, save it. Or, babe, maybe you should look at this career move. Or, babe, you need to take care of your health. It's not controlling. It's not controlling. It's him wanting to build something solid with you. Because husbands think different than boyfriends. A man who just wants a good time, he won't care what you do with your life. No. But a man who sees you as his wife, he's already thinking about building a home, building a family, and protecting his investment. And that's you. And the funny thing is, you'll notice his advice starts sounding like love. Like he's not just talking. He's trying to make sure y'all both win. So, yeah. Pay attention to how a man speaks into your life. Because the right one, he won't just flirt with you. He'll guide you, cover you, and want the best for you. That's the difference between a boyfriend and a future husband.
If you don't give this to your husband, he'll look for it somewhere else.
The number one thing your man needs from you, and if this doesn't come from you, he'll look for it elsewhere. By the way, I'm Ashley Lima, and I teach women how to bring out the alpha in their man. So if you like stuff like that, follow me. Now, if your man doesn't get this from you, he will go looking for it somewhere else. Not necessarily in another woman, but in work, in hobbies, in his friends, because something inside of him is starving. The easiest way to meet this need is simply by the way you speak. When we nag, complain, and criticize, what he's hearing is, "You're not enough, you have failed, and I do not appreciate you." That pushes him away and tears down your home. But when we speak with softness and kindness, even the simple please and thank yous or greeting him when he comes home, he feels that on a deep level. Honor and respect. He needs this like food and water. And a wise woman knows this is her secret superpower. Your words can either rot his bones or be the wind in his wings. If you want to start becoming the woman who builds her home up instead of tearing it down, comment guide for a link to my ebook, The Words He's Been Waiting For.
Yeah, I think, when she was talking about the man essentially trying to prepare, the man, giving you advice, that's what he's doing. He's trying to prepare you to be his wife. He's literally telling you, this is how you become my wife. Modern women don't do that. They make you guess. I don't know where to go. Oh, well, just pick one of these things. And they're testing you the whole time. Do you want to go to a steakhouse? Would you rather go to, eat seafood, or do you want something a little low key? You pick. We'll see if you pick the right thing. Okay, let's do seafood. And now that we're here, you're not even going to tell them that you don't like seafood. Oh, we're just going to go with it. Why can't you just tell them you don't like seafood? They won't do that. We'll get there. Okay, well, what are you going to get? I think I'm going to, and just trying to make conversation. And the whole night is like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth. And these modern women, they'll go through all of it and make him guess everything. And when that man does not come back, you'll be upset as to why. Because I'm here to talk to an adult and get to know an adult. I'm not here to talk to a child and get her the chicken nuggets. Say what you want. Say where you want to go. A man is going to prepare you. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I like. This is where I want to go. What about you? And you tell him, and if it's not the direction that he's going, not the direction that you're going, then you guys aren't compatible. No need to guess.